On one.
Kick towards half forward.
John Platten of Hawthorn.
Back. Here's a chance for Platten. He'll outrun Aitken, forced to kick with the left foot, close to the boundary line. Snapshot's not bad. Great kick by Platten's a goal. Around,
to round two, and Darren
forward.
Mullane of Collingwood.
Chance for Mullane. Snapshot for goal by Mullane is unbelievable. A goal.
Doug Barwick from wide out at VFL Park.
Was up, winning behind
Graham Wright was in superb goal-kicking touch, particularly early in the season.
High kick, it's a floater across the goal face. It may be a goal.
It is.
That's the impossible goal with the breeze.
This is 4 in a row for the Magpies. Young Paul Tuddenham.
Goes to Shine. With him is Tuddenham. Tuddenham wins. He heads towards goal. It's a long kick. It's going to bounce through. Goal to Collingwood. Puts it onto the left.
Under lights at the MCG, Matthew Larkin of North
Now for
Melbourne.
Larkin. Going to run into trouble. He's got to beat 3 of them, and he has. He snaps it. Oh, he's kicked it.
Richard Osborne of Fitzroy got the ball on the wing.
No, he doesn't. He gets the handball
Matthew
wide.
Campbell of the Brisbane
at
Bears
half
from a
forward.
long way
Great
out.
play. Bounces once at half forward. Goes for goal. What a goal. Matthew Campbell.
Taken in the first quarter, feels fine. But
Nicky Winmar of St Kilda.
Ball tapped out wide. Winmar
charging at the ball and off the left
pretty
boot.
well so far. That's not a bad start in the third term. It's a goal.
Ace could be dangerous.
David Murphy of the Sydney Swans
Murphy.
in the torrential downpour.
Centre wing player picks it up on the boundary line. He hooks it back.
Fellow Swans little man Barry Mitchell.
Oh, here's Barry Mitchell. He's got it on the left foot, the little rover. He hooks it back. This is close. Oh, it's a goal. Great goal to Mitchell. Run on
David Rees-Jones had a night at full forward.
Oh, shoved out of the way, but he's got it. He's got an open goal. He hooks it back. Oh, what a goal.
Brad Hardy of the Brisbane Bears. He got it behind the centre. And nobody coming towards him. He just kept on going. Another one by Richard Osborne of Fitzroy.
Conlon went nowhere. Osborne with dash. Should go in and kick a goal, Osborne. And does from about 30 metres out. Well played.
The second candidate for Doug Barwick. Michael Turner, the Geelong veteran, getting rid of Mark Zanotti and kicking a top goal.
Great play, Michael Turner. Outbodied Zanotti. Inspirational goal. Oh, what a goal, Michael Turner.
As he spears
Tony Hall of Hawthorn.
Ball will get clear.
What a first year in the VFL.
Now turns back. Still trying to get back. He can't do so. Eventually kicks with his left foot, shoots a goal and has put it through for a great goal.
Nathan Burke now, the youngster from St Kilda.
Field gets it across towards
Kevin
Lamb.
Caton
He
of the
finds
West Coast
Caton.
Eagles in his
Good
first
shepherd
VFL
from
game.
Worsfold. Caton into the oncoming O'Dwyer. O'Connell left it behind. Caton again. His first game for the Eagles. 40 metres out, and he's kicked the goal. An early
And
goal
the
will
Eagles'
make it stop
inspirational
the north.
skipper, Ross
O'Connell
Glendinning.
towards the pocket. Glendinning down there with Fairley. Glendinning breaks away and gets it.
Quarters have been brilliant.
Taggers aren't supposed to kick goals like this. Gary O'Donnell of Essendon.
O'Donnell, he really should have been as he runs to half forward. This is Gary O'Donnell lining up the goals. Oh, what a great goal that was. Comes to
Now to round 22. Peter Wilson of Richmond under the lights.
Peter Wilson, he's got it. And he sprints to half forward, has a pot shot at the goals, Wilson. Has he put it through?
Tried to get it to Johnson. Matera
Into the
and
finals
Johnson
action,
at the
and
back.
Alan
Somehow
Johnson of
finds his
Melbourne
way through. Outside
was playing
50,
back
goes
pocket at the
long.
time.
Will this roll through? It's a goal. Magnificent shot by Alan Johnson.
Oh, that was
Craig Bradley of Carlton.
It's tapped wide. That was by Satori. Here's Bradley. Oh, banana kick. He's put it through. Oh, what a goal. So Melbourne another
We'll never
chance
forget
to
the
go
goal
to
by
win
Gary
the
Lyon,
Gets
about
it through
75
Gary
metres
Lyon.
last
He
week.
tries the big torpedo. It's a mammoth kick. It's into the square. It's home. What a goal. Magnificent kick by Gary Lyon.
Well, there they were, the goals of 1988. Who will... Johnny coming up in Sportsworld. Welcome back.
To keep in touch, and while you're in touch, you're always a chance, but we just, under pressure, missed those, what I would class as easy shots.
Now, John, one of yours.
Days of the year with the traditional pre-game coin toss, except that for some reason, this little coin refused to play by the rules. Once, twice, 3 times it's tossed before it finally decides it's had its 2 bobs worth. Umpire Peter Cameron may have had trouble with the coin toss, but at least he was at the right ground. Now, hang on, fellas, I think it's this way. The cover-up of the year goes to the Carlton cheer squad for trying to hide a somewhat glaring spelling error. I tell you what, Watergate had nothing on that. 1988 also saw the first male member of the Swanettes, and boy, could he dance. The year's worst adaptation of Using Your Head, Geelong's Darren Morgan and Damien Burke. The Boot in Mouth Award goes to Dean Laidley, courtesy of Collingwood's Brian Taylor. On this particular day, umpire Ross Castle found the going pretty tough at the MCG. But don't worry, Ross, Brian Wilson is a fireman. And look, he didn't even have to don breathing apparatus. On the subject of mouth-to-mouth, Ross is lucky this gentleman didn't have to give him resuscitation. The Shirt Front of the Year award undoubtedly goes to Eagle player Jeff Miles, on Fitzroy's Richard Osborne. The best shirt front of an umpire goes to these 2 young lads. But as always, the men in white soon get their own back. One of the marks of the year was taken by Footscray's Stephen Wallace. A couple more of these, Steve, and you'll find yourself in the gully position for the Australian Test team. The most unfortunate tackle of the year was put on Melbourne's big Jim Steins, and boy, was it painful. The Feel No Pain award goes to Melbourne's Jamie Dersma. And you know something, Jamie? That was a wet, heavy ball. The Listerine award goes to Dermot Brereton, but Billy Duckworth obviously thinks Dermot didn't take a big enough swig. The sneakiest goal of the year goes to bomber comedian Simon Madden, who casually walks up to the goal line, just querying the angle, and then, blow me down, pops it through. And does Simon look happy with himself? But without doubt, the goal of the year was kicked by North's Matthew Larkin. Around 1, 2, 3 eagles, he spins on his left foot and kicks a beauty. Now, this little Collingwood supporter started a somewhat unusual craze, but surely this is taking things just a little too far. The Sydney Swans got plenty of support this year, in more ways than one. The Medicare Pass of the Year goes to Andy Lovell. The unfortunate recipient is Doug Coop, who's collared by Simon Madden. Stephen Silvani's mark over Magpie Craig Starcevich was easily the mark of the year. And hands up if you knew the answer to the most debated question of the year. Robert DiPierdomenico had a heated discussion with the umpire over it. Rock star James Manson obviously didn't have a clue. But somehow I think that Richmond's Peter Wilson figured it all out. And as for Richmond's Neville Crowe, well, I don't think he cared. In fact, all he wanted to do was to score the behind of the year. And you know something, Neville? I think you did.
Fantastic.
For Melbourne to recreate the grand final again next year, even though...
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of hard work to go through to get to the grand final again. We've just got to aim for the top 3 to make sure we've got that shot at it.
Good on you, Greg. I thought you stood up to him really well. That was great. I'd just like to point out that Essendon were beaten by a record margin and won the flag the next 2 years. So there's something there.
Yeah, Drew.
Good on you, Greg.
Thanks, mate.
Jared, congratulations. Thanks for coming in. Go and have a sleep with you. Thanks to the Healy boys. It's been a huge week. We'll be back in Sports World. Michael Tucker's in the studio, the panel discussing the game after a short break.